Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're going to make a very simple, easy fun fold card. And we're using some of the retired designer series paper. And this one I'm using from the painted poppies because I thought that would be fun. Now, we all have our card bases and our card bases are already cut for, most of us cut a whole stash and have them stacked away. So this uses one of those. So you need to have a normal opening side folding, so a piece of A4 or whatever your cardstock is, cut in half, scored in half, and then you've got your fold opening this way. And then all you're going to do is you are going to cut a 1-inch strip straight down the side. So just a 1-inch strip, and you'll be left with, which I've already done, a 1-inch strip. So it opens like that and it's just slightly short. Now, with the strip that is over, you are going to score it at what is going to fit across here. Okay, so mine is 4 1/8. So I've just scored it at 4 1/8 on there. And then I can turn that piece over. And we're going to use that as a flap. Now, if your piece is a little bit longer, which it will be, so if I put that down here, you can see there's a little bit, there's a little bit more over there. I wanted it just to be 1 inch, so I just trimmed it down. So this piece is 1 inch, and as I say, we've scored it. So we have a little piece that's going to fit in like that. Okay, so we then need to get down to our designer series paper. So I have got one piece which is cut for the front panel here, and I've done that, which is a 1/4 inch smaller all the way round. So that measures, let me just get my ruler out for you so you can see, that measures 3 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, so that panel is going to go straight down on there. So let's just get some wet glue. And we're using both sides. The nice thing about our designer series paper is it has 2 sides. So choose something where you like the design on both sides. So this has got the lovely sort of garden green on the other side. And we're just going to put this piece in down on here. As I say, it's a very simple one, but does look quite pretty. So let's make sure I've got that reasonably straight. Okay, so that's the panel on there. Now we've got another piece which is 1 inch by your 5.5, and that's going to go in on the inside. But before we do that, we want to put this little piece through, so that that can come across as a little sort of standalone belly band that goes in there. So I have cut another piece of designer series paper. Make sure that your pattern goes the same direction. Okay, the first one I cut, the direction went the wrong way. So you want the direction going the same way if you've got a patterned piece. And this measures 4 inches by 3/4 inch. No, just shy of 1 inch. And this little piece is going to go in on here. So we've just got that lovely piece of colour coming through. So let's just put some glue in on here. And then we can put this piece on here. Try and get that as straight as I can get it. There we go. Okay, so we are going to stick this piece in, and we want it to come as near down on the centre as we can. So I'm going to eyeball it. You can measure it if you want, but I just want to eyeball it. So we're going to put a reasonable amount of, and in fact, I'm just going to double burnish it. So let me get my bone folder out, which is, what have I done with my bone folder? Oh, here it is, tucked away down on here. So I'm just going to burnish this piece on this side, do it on that side, and then turn it the other way round, and I'm going to burnish it on that side as well, because what I want it to do is to hinge out nicely and not be difficult. So we need to put our wet glue down on here, and you need a reasonable amount of this because you want it to stick well, because it's going to be a hinge, so it will open quite a bit. And then we want it lined as near to the center as we can, so right up against the edge there. Let's put it down where we want, push that into place, and then, as I say, just ease it up before it's dried, so you've got it right on that top edge, and then just hold it into place until it's dried. Okay, while we're waiting for that to completely dry, I have taken from the Peaceful, or the Painted Poppies suite, has a lovely coordinating, so the Painted Poppies has a coordinating die set which is called Painted Labels, and there's all sorts of lovely labels in this one that we can use. So you've got this one, which is the one that I have used, but you've also got two other lovely ones as well. So you've got this one, which is slightly smaller, and you've got this one, which is larger, and you've also got that little circular one. So there's lots of little pieces that you could use. And as I say, I'm using that sort of swirly one because what I wanted to do was to put a sentiment in its place. And the sentiment I've chosen is from the Peaceful Moments, which is again part of the suite. And I chose Thinking of You with All My Heart, because you can then add happy birthday, happy anniversary, anything like that at a later stage. Because I quite often like making cards in advance and then having, having them sort of ready and just putting the appropriate sentiment on. Okay, so now we've got this little panel that we did to go inside. So let's just put some wet glue on there. And we're then going to put this in on here that then covers up this piece there. So we want it right up to the edge, or as far to the edge as we can get it. Run it down so you've got your nice little bit of border in there. Make sure that that lines up with that, which it does, and then we can just smooth that into place. I think I've got it slightly skew, but that should be all right. Okay, so we've now got that covered, and we've got this piece that comes across, and then all we're going to do is, we've got this sentiment to go on here, and I've done it in Blackberry Bliss. So we're going to put this in over the top like this, and I want it so that it comes right at the edge. So you've then got this piece, the side of the frame coming through. So I'm going to put glue all the way around on here. Like this, just in the centerpiece. And then we can put that where we want, so that the edge is lined up to the edge there, like that. But you've got that that piece coming through. And in fact, I didn't need to put all that glue on the top. Hold on a minute. Let's make sure that we've got that off. Okay, so I've got that piece on there. What can we do too? I just need to cut a little circle because I've just double glued that, which I shouldn't have done. So I'm going to take, this is showing you how to rectify mistakes when you make them. So we need to take another one of these, and I'm just going to use a piece, run it through my die cutting machine. Like that, so I know it fits exactly. And then I don't need to bother cutting it out. All I'm going to do is to just take my scissors and cut round the pieces that are in on there. Doesn't have to be completely accurate. I'm doing it over my bin so all the pieces don't go everywhere, but I'll show you afterwards. So all I've done is just cut the pieces out of there, and then we can just put that over the top. I need to put some glue in the middle of it, so let's just put a little bit of glue in on here. Okay, then I can just put that over the top, and then that covers that up completely. It also gives a nice little centerpiece on there. Now, if you've got glue on your card like this, easiest way to get rid of it is if you take some of our embossing buddy and you just tap it over the top. It will take, if you haven't got one of the rubbers, it will take all of that sticky off quite easily, and you can now see that that has come off completely. Tap it a little bit more. There we go. And then that has taken all of that sticky off. Okay, and you can just rub it through. So this is now going to go back on here beautifully. And if you wanted to, you can put like a little Velcro dot. You can put a little, once it's folded, it will lie relatively flat. But you then have the piece that opens like that. You've got somewhere to put your message, and you've got a very simple, easy card. As I say, I will probably put a little tiny tag on there, which if you just take a little strip and put it down, so just cut let's just do it very quickly like this. I'm not going to do it completely, but it shows you how to do just a little tag on there. So what you do is you would put that in over like that. That just holds it down, and then you can slide it in and slide it out relatively easily. But as I say, it will flatten off after a while once I've played around with it a bit and sit perfectly. But you open it up, and you've got your nice space to put it in. So a very simple, very easy card today. Thank you so much for watching me. Stay safe as always and stay well. Do look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.